So here we are. It's time for block 19. It's Friday. Yay for the weekend coming up. Hope you have good things planned for your weekend. I have sewing planned if the weather doesn't be too nice and make me do yard work like last weekend. Haha. Anyway, yeah, I'm looking forward to doing some sewing and relaxing. This block is called Birds in the Air, and that's one of the things we enjoy about where we live is there's lots of birds, and we love to listen to them and watch them. And so this block is a nice reminder of the fun birds. This one is a little complicated, so stay with me, and I'm sure we can get through this. For this block, for the 3-inch block, you're going to cut one 3 7/8 inch square of your background fabric, and you're going to cut this in half, and you only need one of them. So you have an extra in case your first block doesn't come out. You can try it again. For the small triangles, you'll need to cut 3 1 7/8 inch squares of your darker fabric and 2 1 7/8 inch squares of your lighter fabric, and this is all for your 3.5 inch unfinished block. So you'll need to discard one of these lighter fabrics as well. So you'll need 3 triangles of your lighter fabric and 6 triangles of your darker fabric. For your 6-inch block, you'll need to cut a 6 7/8 inch triangle, and then you will need to cut 3 2 7/8 inch dark and 2 2 7/8 inch light. So that's 2 7/8 inch for your 6-inch block for your smaller triangles. So I find it helpful to lay it all out just so I can keep in mind what I'm doing. These 3 pairs you're going to sew together. This block really isn't as hard as it looks. There's a little bit of matching up, and you want to be accurate in your cutting and sewing, and that just really will help this along. So you're going to have 3 squares here sewn. Open those out like so. So these should measure 1.5 inches. They're just your regular half square triangles that we've been working with all the last couple weeks. There are so many blocks that need half square triangles, but they do add such a nice movement and just are neat units to add to your quilts. All right, let's get rid of those. All right, so you want to lay these out as such. All of your darker ones are going to face this way. Your lighter ones are going to go this way. So you're going to start out by sewing these 2 in a pair. They can press whichever way you like. I like to go this way. Then you're going to sew this triangle to this side of this unit. And I like to sew with the triangle on the top. Line it up there. Get your nice 1/4 inch. You're going to press this out. So, whoop, upside down. It goes this way. And then you're going to do... Okay. Somehow when I was explaining that, I got my triangle turned around wrong. So we're going to try this again. I'm going to flip this over to there. Then I'm going to turn this way and sew this seam. You just have to really be careful because it is very easy to get turned around on this block and have a triangle going the wrong direction, which really ruins the whole look of the block. So there we go, that's much better. See how all my dark triangles are facing down? We're going to press this out toward the triangle. We're going to line these guys up and sew them together. There we go, that looks much better. And then we're going to add the final triangle. Just turn that over there. So, this time you notice I did not flip it around. I just took it the way it was and did the sewing. Gotta learn from your mistakes. And there we go. So for the next step, you're going to trim these dog ears off. And you want to make sure you have your 1/4 inch seam there. Just trim those off. So now, if you've done your accurate cutting and sewing here, you'll find that your background triangle should measure exactly with your piece triangle. So that looks really good. So I'm going to sew it with the piece side up so that I can see my seams there. And you just want to be just a hair. You don't want to sew over that. So you want to sew just a little hair to the outside of that point so you don't cut it off. There it is. Let's see what it looks like. Oh, very nice. This is Birds in the Air, Block 19, June Mini Madness. See you tomorrow for the next block.